welcome to a new YouTube video. And in this unique session, we are actually going to pick up Quora questions and going to answer them with an explanation of the topic as mentioned in them. So it's actually a very interesting thing that we have started, and I hope you're all going to support us. So show your interest and show your support by clicking on the like, comment, and subscribe button, and tell us what more questions you would want us to answer, and we're going to do that for you. So, the topic that I'm going to talk about today is this question. As you all can see, I'm just going to zoom it for you all. It's what does the rate of photosynthesis depend on? And this is going to talk to you. What I am going to explain to you is firstly about the process of photosynthesis, and after that, I'm going to talk about what its actual rate is depending upon. So, I am pretty definitely sure we are all aware of what photosynthesis is. Okay, so the most important thing is that it is the most important biological phenomena on the planet, one of the most important ones. What it involves is the conversion of solar energy into chemical energy. What form of chemical energy? The ones which makes it stored in the form of glucose. So in the form of glucose, your energy is being stored. I made a spelling mistake. Yeah. So glucose के form में energy is being stored, and what form of energy? It's actually firstly coming from the sun, and then उसको chemical energy में store कर दिया जा रहा है. This glucose becomes a source of food for the entire planet, right? For the herbivores, for the carnivores, omnivores, for everyone. So that is what that is how important it is. What are the substrates for photosynthesis? So it involves water and carbon dioxide. I am going to move over to the equation also. And what are the products formed? So the products formed, as we see, are glucose clearly, and oxygen is released as a byproduct. Now what are the requirements for this process to occur? So that's obviously solar energy, which is very important, and the next thing is chlorophyll. So these are the requirements for the process. If I am to mention the equation of photosynthesis to you, 6CO2 plus 12H2O is going to form for you C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6 molecules of water. So this is the overall balanced equation for photosynthesis. Of course, this process is requiring two things for occurrence. First thing being sunlight, and the next thing is chlorophyll. This is an outline of what the process of photosynthesis is. Now, coming to the factors over which the rate of photosynthesis is going to depend. So we are going to study the factors. First is CO2 concentration. So the concentration of carbon dioxide is a major determinant of the rate of photosynthesis. What do you think it's going to be? A direct relation or an inverse relation? So it's clearly a direct relation. Why is that? CO2 is a substrate, and what happens? Increase in the substrate will always lead to increase in the product formation. So increasing levels of CO2 are always going to result in an increased rate of the photosynthesis reaction. Secondly, the rate also depends on amount of sunlight. कितना sun मिल रहा है एक plant को? Since we all know sunlight is the major driving force behind this process. Sunlight is the driving force behind the process, and hence what happens as a result of it? Rate is directly dependent on the amount of sunlight received, right? Very clear relation, very basic relation. Let's talk about the next one now. amount of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment. This green pigment which traps sunlight. Chlorophyll traps sunlight, and the amount of chlorophyll is directly proportional to the rate of photosynthesis. जैसे जैसे आपका amount of chlorophyll बढ़ेगा, वैसे वैसे more amount of photosynthesis will be performed by the particular plant part. And finally, if we have to discuss one more, which is actually not extremely important, but it is only affecting the rate to a lower extent, is water availability. As we all know, water is a substrate. Yeah, it is a substrate, but it is not that important in determining the rate, because photosynthesis requires a minimal amount of water and that the plants always have available, right? So it determines the rate, but only to a lower extent. So your plants are not actually very much dependent on it. Basic amount is received by most of the plants. So whatever basic is required for photosynthesis, that is actually being fulfilled for each of the plants. So this was our class which discussed for you an important question for biology, and so here are your Quora questions answered. I hope you liked this video. Please click on the like button, subscribe button, and show us some encouragement. So stay tuned for more videos, and you can also leave your demands up in the comments so we can see what topics you would like to learn about. Thank you everyone.